Hi, you are probably new here, so I have something to tell you. Come closer. Thank you for being here. My plan today is to continue working on our little project. Last time I made a template for the first unit and even gave it a face in the end. Now I want to approach some of the issues I mentioned previously. I'm using only one script for both friendly and enemy units. I'm not sure yet if I should have a separate script for enemy units. I separated the general unit script into friendly and enemy scripts. Well, they are still based on a general unit script. There is no way to control the units. I just hard-coded the direction they move towards, but now we can define different behaviors for units depending on which side they are on. For example, only friendly units should be under the player's control. Losing health is kind of stupid. There is no actual attack yet. A unit loses health immediately when another unit gets in close proximity. Separating the unit script also allows me to define a hitbox and hurtbox for the units. By doing so, I can have more control of the way units interact and lose health. So this is where we are at right now. How about I show you some code? Okay, so here we are in the editor, and we can see we have the unit here with the green hurt box and the red hit box and the health bar above it, which is just a colored rectangle. Here we have some variables like health and walking speed and the health bar, which I need access to. Here in the physics process, basically just making sure the units are moving on the ground, and here is the function to changing the health by a certain amount, making sure that health, when it goes down to 0, that the unit removes itself. Otherwise, if health is somehow larger than the maximum amount that is allowed, then I make sure this is basically the cap. Also, here is where I update the health bar itself to show the fraction compared to the max health by making sure this is a float, like I mentioned last time. Here's the function that is connected to the hurt box, which prints a message every time the unit is in contact with hitbox of an enemy and lowers the health by 1. Yeah, so I have also, like I mentioned, the friendly unit script, which is an extension of the general unit script. Currently it doesn't do anything. Also I have the enemy script, which also extends the general unit script, and it just makes sure that everything is scaled properly. Like the movement is to the left instead of the right, and the unit is facing to the other side. This is how the level looks like right now. I have 2 friendly units over here and 2 enemy units over here. And we could see that we got the messages in the output that the units received the damage and when they died. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to say, but if not, feel free to ask in the comments. Now, I believe there is a problem with the current setup. Having separate scenes for friendly and enemy units is nice and all, but it is not very practical, since I will be having many types of units with different stats, sprites, and collisions. So I would need 2 scenes for every unit, where the friendly and enemy scenes are almost identical. Seems like a waste to me. I currently think it is best if I create a new scene for every type of unit with all the important information needed. I'm still going to use the scripts I made, but I will attach those dynamically to the units. That whole rambling leads me to the next goal: spawners. I want to make a spawner scene, which spawns a certain unit type and initializes it dynamically. And here are the results. The problem here is due to the fact that I no longer use the different scenes for friendly and enemy units. Therefore, all the information about the collision layers is gone. Basically, they hit themselves and die. But I can fix it by setting the collisions from the scripts when the units are being initialized. Back to the code! Okay, here we are again to see what I did about the spawner scene and script. I have variables that are important, like knowing which type of unit the spawner is spawning and which side are the units on. Are they friendly or enemy? Also, there is a capacity to make sure that there is a limit to the number of units that a spawner can spawn, and a count to keep track of this. I also have two variables for the scripts for the friendly and enemy units, which I will attach dynamically. As we can see here, every second this function is being called, and as long as there is enough room for more units to spawn, I initialize a new variable, which is a new instance of the unit that is meant to spawn. I attach a script for it, which is just this simple function that sets the script according to the value I decide, friendly or enemy. Then I add the unit to the level as a child of the spawner and increment the value of count by 1. So I mentioned before that there was an issue about the collisions. So I went to the unit script and added this function, which allows me to set the collision of the hurtbox and hitbox whenever I want, essentially. So here in the friendly unit script, I set it this way, and in the enemy unit script, I set it exactly the opposite, so that friendly and enemy units will see each other. So now we can see the result. I think that is good progress for now. Let's finish it off with a brand new unit type. Part bird, part horse. I present to you the boars. I'm pretty proud of that one. So anyways, this is all I have to show for now. I hope you found it interesting. Next time, I might dive deeper into the stats and skills idea. I guess we'll see. Also, feel free to check the previous videos I made. I would say they are decent. And before you leave, if you have any suggestions or questions, drop those in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. See you later!